Hello and welcome to episode 16. We're actually on episode 16 already. We're blasting through episodes. Before we actually jump in to the show, thank you so much for the positive comments and all the likes on last video. I absolutely adore the support. We're not gonna do many changes. We have literally no money after we bought this player over here, Phil Conley. So we're just gonna play as many games as possible today in this episode. We're just gonna try and blast through because we have so many games. It is literally insane. Because we have all the games in our division, in championship, and we have all the cups, the English Cup, the FA Cup, and also we're gonna play European football here. So I would assume that the more we play, the longer episodes will be as well. I might have to extend the episodes to be like 1 hour-ish. Because there's so many games that need to be played. It's ridiculous, but it's also fun. Olisadebe. So we're just gonna play and have as much fun as possible. Most likely, hopefully. Especially now that we have a better team than we had in the earlier division. Olisadebe. Late tackle. So we're playing Gillingham in our first game. That is like our second home game since we got promoted. Caristeas over to Adebayor. That's a good shot by Adebayor. So the more we play, the more money we will get, of course. European football matches should give us more revenue as well. There's Michael Essien. He's back scoring. These corners so much better than going for like the crosses into the box. Like the crosses in this game is like weird. So this is the way to do it. Konchesky to Charisteas to Olisadebe. Yeah, that's a nasty tackle. He gave us no hope. Haha. Felipe Melo with the free kick. And that is a free kick goal by Felipe Melo. I think that's his first goal. That's an amazing free kick, to be honest. So last episode we sold Paulo Ferreira and Jaya Toure and a few others. Which I feel like maybe I shouldn't have done it, but I also felt like that was the better choice to do. And the more money we get, the more players we can buy and we can improve our team. And hopefully we can still win a few cups and so on. Olisadebe with a good shot. I do wonder, like, I'm very curious, like, if the European football, how much money will you get if you win the European football? We got a lot of money for winning, like, FA Cup and getting promoted up from League 2. So I assume if we manage to somehow get promoted from Championship. 2-0, by the way, in the first half. I assume that we're gonna get a lot of money from getting promoted from the Championship up to the Premier League, and for winning the FA Cup again. We got a lot of money. I think it was like 1.7 mil. It's not a lot technically, but if we manage to win a FA Cup, like a European Cup title and the English Cup, we should get even more money. So I have big hopes for more money, more revenue, improving the team. Felipe Melo. That should probably be a goal. Not gonna lie, a little bit disappointed. Olisadebe to Charisteas to Adebayor to Olisadebe. Nothing really came out of that. Konchesky wins the next ball. Here's Olisadebe again. And that's 3-0. Olisadebe is so clinical. And he said it as well, the commentator. Jesus Christ. We said the same thing. Adebayor. To Olisadebe. And there's 4-0 against Gillingham. There's Charisteas. And there's 5-0. Angelos Charisteas. He needs to like step it up a little bit because we might bring in Ian Andrews again otherwise. Not gonna lie. I'm a big fan of Ian Andrews these days. Oh my god, what a cracking shot by Guy Ipua. Wow, yeah, Peter Cech cannot do anything about that. What a strike. 5-1. We're still winning, but a bit annoying to get let that goal in. But you can't literally do anything. I do wonder where my defense went. They should have done better there. Kula Toure. And there's our first game of the episode. A cracking good start. Many players scored. Essien, Melo, Olisadebe, Charisteas. Exactly what I brought them in for. The draw for the first round of the Euro Club Cup has been made. We got 220k for TV appearances and 50k for the gate receipt. So we got 207,000 now. Alright, who are we gonna play in the European club? Because we still have West Brom first. The League Cup game is there, so we're not playing a Euro football until late October. So we're gonna play against Warsaw. So we're just only playing 2. Is it like a qualifier? And I cannot be a qualifier. I don't really understand the whole club football here. Or is it qualifiers? It looks like a qualifying stage. But also at the same time it doesn't, because there's Bayern Munich. Chelsea plays Moscow. I don't know if I fully understand the Euro Club Cup thing here in this game, but yeah. West Bromwich is next. I'm gonna put Charisteas on the bench for now. I'm gonna bring back Ian Andrews, and I'm gonna move Olisadebe into like the central attacking position. Is that Neil Clement? A. Johnson. Whenever I see A. Johnson, I think about Adam Johnson, and I'm pretty sure it's not him. I think that's Jason Roberts, however, on top. Appleton, I recognize. He's a manager these days, I think. Or used to be a manager, at least. I'll go. Second game. Playing against West Brom on home turf again. So back-to-back home games. Ian Andrews. Yeah, he's so fast. It's insane. Oh, come on. That's bogus. Absolute bullcrap. I do like the colors in the West Bromwich kids, not gonna lie. Olisadebe. Adebayor. Shoots. Excellent stop by the keeper. If I remembered correctly, after checking the tables yesterday, but not yesterday, well technically it was yesterday for me when I recorded it. Last episode when I checked it, West Brom was the team that was in the lead. But we also have one game in hand, so... Yeah, okay, that's a penalty indeed. That's a nasty tackle on Adebayor. Olisadebe, I do yep, we're gonna miss. Puts it wide of the post. Goal kick. Yep, I was gonna say, I do tend to struggle on the penalties, so it's something we still need to improve with. Oh well, oh well. There's always room for improvements. Was that Connolly, by the way? Our right back that we bought, that was like, we broke the bank for? That's a good header in that case. Olisadebe. He gets revenge for missing the penalty. 1-0. Olisadebe, absolutely clinical. Felipe Melo. Olisadebe is working very hard to get the ball back. Bocanegra. Here's Ian Andrews, who's just rapid. Conley, amazing. Like I'm very happy I broke the bank with him. Olisadebe. Should have been a goal. Should definitely been a goal. Pretty poor finishing there. Ian Andrews. Olisadebe. To Ian Andrews.
There's the shot. Great stop by the goalkeeper. That's a huge kick. Knocks it wide.
There's Adebayor. He doesn't get the ball with him. Adebayor to Olisadebe, and there's Michael Essien. Losing the possession of the ball there, not good. Connolly, absolutely diabolical. Olisadebe finds Adebayor. Wow, okay, dude. Should be a second penalty right there. I'm gonna make some substitutions here. We're gonna bring out Konchesky. Chiellini in, Barzagli instead of Toure, and we're gonna bring in Alan Adams instead of Adebayor. Because Adebayor is not really... Maybe I'll move him in and put Olisadebe on the... Like, somewhat on the side there, on the wing.
We're now halfway through the second half.
Okay, this is not good. This is not good. Yep, 1-1. Scott Dobie, another fantastic strike behind Peter Cech. Jesus Christ. Alright, well, 1-1, I guess West Bromwich. Olisadebe to Alan Adams. Olisadebe. Almost a quick response there. Alan Adams. To Oliver Capu. Capu!
Puts it over the bar. He knows he should have done better there. He snatched at the opportunity. Hits the ball high and long.
I would love to win against West Bromwich. Alan Adams. To Olisadebe. Here's Ian Andrews. Oliver Capu. Olisadebe. 2-1 against West Bromwich. Can't stop this guy when in this mood. Such an important goal this late into the game. Thank God. Alan Adams. Yeah, you're faster. Pretty poor cross, but it could have worked, to be fair. It was bouncing inside the penalty box. But it's not our most sexiest win, but like I've said this before in like previous episodes, it doesn't need to be sexy victories here. Everything that matters is that we come down to like winning. We need to win. Keep the streak alive. That's all that matters in the end. It's so important that we score victories this early on in the season. Wait, we only got 48k this time around? Okay, that's pretty poor. I expected more money because we played at home. We got 50k from gate receipts last game. But... Okay, Sheffield. We already played Sheffield United, so this is Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday. What can you guys do? We're just gonna smash out the games here. We're gonna change some things up here. We're gonna put Adebayor here, Ian Andrews here, Olisadebe there. We're just gonna try things out to see if we can make Adebayor, you know, produce. Shefki Cookies in Sheffield Wednesday. Ashley Westwood. We could have bought Shefki. Never did. Is that Alan Quinn? By any means. There's some players I recognize, but not many. Is that Scott? Is that Sean Haslam? Or is it Scott Haslam? I don't remember. Might have to change my partnership up in the defense because we have let 2 goals in 2 games. I'm not impressed by that. Might have to bring back Barzagli. Maybe I'll let Kolo Touré rest 1 game. Away game against Sheffield Wednesday. Here's Ian Andrews.
Good tackle. Short pass. Puts the ball away.
Adebayor. Here's Ian Andrews again. Tries to find Olisadebe, but that pass was not perfection.
Keeps it simple.
Quinn. Kolo Touré. Monstrous tackle there. Exactly what we needed. Paul Konchesky finds Ian Andrews. Ian Andrews finds Adebayor, who finds Capu. Shot gets blocked. Michael Essien a little bit too greedy here. A little bit too rough. Conley wins the header. Pretty poor header though. Oh my god. Oh my god, what a miss. Jesus Christ. That's a bad pass by Bocanegra. Konchesky finds Felipe Melo, who finds Ian Andrews, who finds Adebayo. Nope. Finds nobody. Olisadebe. Our first shot in this game. And he just blasts us up in the top corner. Oh, thank you. It's not a great first half, but we're in the lead. And that's all that matters. Felipe Melo. To Olisadebe. Finds Ian Andrews somehow. Please, pen, ref.
He's caught offside.
Needs to be a penalty right there.
Free kick has been awarded.
Some sloppy games right now. It's not the most fantastic episode, by any means necessarily.
Gets it clear. Plays it down the middle. Short pass.
Well, 1-0.
To kick off.
I mean, based on how this episode is going right now, we might have to like name this episode after Olisadebe because it's the Olisadebe show.
Shoots. Excellent stop by the keeper. It's a huge kick.
Nice header. Essien finds Capu. Adebayor that finds Ian Andrews.
Shoots. Good stop by the keeper.
Decent shot, decent attempt. Felipe Melo.
Has a shot.
Ooh, almost worked again.
Ball's gone off for a corner.
We're gonna get played short again. That's a waste.
Short pass.
Bounced on the defenders in the Sheffield Wednesday.
Tackle.
Kolo Touré. Oliver Capu.
Has a go.
2-0. Oliver Capu. That might be his first
Got it perfectly. And
goal for the
out
team.
through.
Important goal, to be fair. And there we go. 2-0.
It's intercepted.
Ian Andrews.
Pass is square.
Olisadebe.
Lays it on. Plays the ball
I think that was
down.
Capu again. Peter Cech grabs the ball. I was a little bit nervous because it looked very strange the way he was trying to go for the ball there. Quinn.
It's tackled.
Are we actually gonna keep a clean sheet here?
Olisadebe.
Olisadebe.
Has a go.
Oh my god.
Not underneath that one. Hits the ball high and long, but fails to find his target. Has a go.
Good block by Kolo Touré. Michael Essien. Olisadebe. Oh, I didn't fully believe I would get the ball there. Adebayor.
Outside the box.
Great shot, great attempt.
Clears the ball.
Franceschi.
Olisadebe.
And there's Olisadebe again.
He puts the
3-0.
ball with minimum fuss.
You can't stop the guy.
Example of clinical finishing.
What a guy. What a player we bought.
They'll be looking for a fresh pair of legs to inject some inspiration into their performance. And that's the full-time whistle.
3-0, another win in this episode. At least we also got to keep the clean sheet, which is always welcome. I do enjoy when we keep the clean sheet. I don't know why. I mean, every team wants a clean sheet. Alright, there's a bid on Kuluture right now. And Ben Jenas. We're not selling Kuluture by any means necessarily. It ain't happening. Wimbledon once. We're playing Wimbledon next. Kawasaki, no. Kuluture's our player. Ben Jenas, he's worth a lot more than they're bidding for. So if you want him, you need to pay up like 300k. Just saying. Wimbledon. Neil Chipperley. McAnuff. Laterwood. You know what? What we're gonna do here? Adebayor. I'm gonna put in Olisadebe in the middle here again. I'm gonna do something controversial. We bought Adebayor for quite a lot of money. And let's just say he haven't really delivered as I want to. I'll bring back Barzagli instead of Kuluture. Let him play. Give him a game from start. And I'm actually gonna switch places on Melo and Capu. Just see if that changes things up. Alan Adams comes back. Adebayor and Charisteas. You guys have to sit on the bench today. Wimbledon is team. If I'm gonna speak old memories, one of the first games I watched as a kid was Manchester United against Wimbledon. So I have good memories of Wimbledon, and it's very unfortunate that Wimbledon doesn't exist in the form and shape that they used to be.
It's the home team to kick off.
Okay, let's see. We have Ian Andrews and Alan Adams back. Let's see if we can create magic.
Hits it.
Alan Adams starts off with wanting to take a shot on target at least. Capu. To Olisadebe. That pass almost went the whole way. A handball.
I presume it must be for handball.
That clearance went on Olisadebe's hand.
Good tackle.
Ian Andrews. Nope, that pass didn't want to go through. Olisadebe. Trying to find Ian Andrews, but doesn't get lucky with the ball and cleared on Ian Andrews. Pretty poor first half again. Not gonna lie, it's pretty poor.
High and long, takes it on his chest, dispossessed, gains possession.
Oliver Capu is just all over the pitch right now.
Pass,
Felipe Melo.
keeps it simple. He goes down dramatically. The referee has arrived on the scene.
Does not.
And he's given a yellow card. Should be giving him marks out of 10 for that dive.
Didn't even press the dive button, but fine, sure.
It's the easy ball. Olisadebe.
Olisadebe.
Fine challenge. Oh, that's a foul. The referee has
SCM with the
arrived
yellow card. This is a sloppy first half.
yellow.
We can't create anything against Wimbledon as it stands. Pretty fucking poor here.
Olisadebe.
Olisadebe to Ian Andrews. And that nothing happens there either. What, Jesus Christ, Barzagli. Maybe now. Felipe Melo tries. That is a shit performance. Ian Andrews to Olisadebe.
Tremendous shot. He caught it perfectly.
Thank you, Lord.
And that goal puts them into the lead. Good tackle.
Olisadebe, we can always trust you. Here's Olisadebe again.
Got underneath that one.
Needs to be a pin. Like, that's a tackle after I fired a shot.
Hits the ball high and long, but fails to find his target. Keeps it simple.
Alan Adams.
He hits it. Good stop by the keeper. Clears the ball.
Now we're starting to create something here.
Flicks the ball away. Olisadebe.
Ian Andrews again.
It's a decent ball.
Felipe Melo. Olisadebe.
Olisadebe.
Yep.
The finish was absolutely clinical.
Emmanuel Olisadebe. That's the man right there. The man, the myth, the legend. Olisadebe. Almost. Or, oh. Very close. What? For what? Okay, we're not gonna fuck around here. We're actually gonna bring off Olisadebe here. We're gonna bring in Charisteas. We're gonna bring back Adebayor, and we're gonna bring in Chiellini instead of Conley, actually. Can get some fitness in going for Chiellini as well. I don't wanna, you know, make any dumb decisions here and bring another yellow card on Olisadebe. Olisadebe is so important for the team. Chiellini comes in and he grabs a free kick. Adebayor to Charisteas to Felipe Melo. Finds Ian Andrews here. Adebayor. 3-0. Adebayor scores when he comes in from the bench. He's like, dude, play me in the middle. Play me, like, coach, please. Ian Andrews. Felipe Melo. To Angelos. No, this is Adebayor again. Well, a comfortable looking 3-0 win. Did we deserve it? Yes, but it was pretty fucking poor, not gonna lie. Adebayor to Charisteas.
He hits it. Oh, that's great keeping. Ball's gone out for a corner.
Capu with the corner. Oh my god, in the... Oh my god. Absolute chaos. Carnage in the Sheffield Wednesday defense right there. No, not Sheffield Wednesday, Wimbledon. Jesus, my brain. Ian Andrews. Charisteas.
Oh, unlucky. Just over the bar. Plays it long, but gives it away.
Ian Andrews finds Charisteas.
And that's the full-time whistle.
And that was it. Another win.
And
Another Olisadebe show. Thank God we have a player that actually performs right now. I'm so happy. I'm so happy and I'm so glad that I got him. Might have actually made the right decision of buying him. Paris wants Andrea Barzagli and Ben Jenas. Let me just check Barzagli's value. Yeah, it's so much more money. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Barzagli in real life and all that, but... You know... It's like, yeah. He's worth more, but... You know what? Fuck it. Now we have a little bit of money if we want to do something. Was it a mistake? Maybe. Will I regret it? Probably not. Alright, fixture against Birmingham. Do we recognize anybody here? Cunningham, probably. The others I don't really recognize. Not many players in Birmingham that I truly can say that I know this guy. See, Bruce I recognize at least. We're giving Ian Andrews and Alan Adams another game. And then if that doesn't work out, we're gonna switch things up and bring in Adebayor and Charisteas again. We'll see what happens. Birmingham might be a little bit more easier, and maybe we can deliver with Ian Andrews and Alan Adams. No matter what, they're getting play time, and play time is what they need.
It's the home team to kick off. Pass is square.
Here's Olisadebe. Early goal. Early goal.
The finish was absolutely clinical.
It is an early goal for Emmanuel Olisadebe. 3 minutes in. Yes. Slit, like, he was just like slippery and was like, ha! I can score goals whenever I want. Ian Andrews. Essien. And there's Ian Andrews, 2-0 against Birmingham. Just blasted up.
2 goals up already. A dream start to this match. Brings the ball down. Hooks the ball away.
Great effort by Capu. Paul Konchesky is getting chased down by Mooney. Here's Olisadebe. Cracking shot. Played short here. Shot gets blocked. Shot gets blocked. It probably would have curled in otherwise. And that's a waste of a corner.
The referee's given a free kick.
Capu is playing dangerously close here to a yellow card, please. Olisadebe finds Ian Andrews. Back to Mello. And here's Olisadebe.
Easy ball, simple pass. Knocks it wide. Played that well. Oh, well in.
Felipe Mello.
A short pass wide.
Here's Alan Adams.
Has a shot. Good stop by the keeper.
Oh my god, I played wrongly there.
Keeps it simple.
Bocanegra.
Loses possession. Easy pass.
Couture's cleaning up Bocanegra's freaking mistakes. 2-0. Olisadebe and Ian Andrews. Here's Ian Andrews again. Wow, that's not a free kick. Sure. Sure. Fine. I disagree, but fine. Bocanegra. To Felipe Mello. Michael Essien. To Felipe Mello. There's Capu. He finds Ian Andrews. And there's 3-0.
The opportunity was there and he took it superbly. Plays the easy ball. Dispossessed. It's intercepted.
Paul Konchesky with a proper Brexit tackle.
Loses possession.
And that's a corner because Paul Konchesky fucked up after I gave him the salute. Petrucek goes out and grabs it with ease. Connolly? No, that's Alan Adams. There's Connolly. Olisadebe. Just so fast. Felipe Mello. Shot gets blocked, but there's Ian Andrews. Hat-trick Ian Andrews. Yeah, we're gonna keep you in the lineup, Ian Andrews. Alan Adams might go back to the bench after this game. I haven't really seen much by him. Connolly. Here's Alan Adams speaking about the freaking devil. Olisadebe.
Fires it in. Clears the ball. The referee's approaching and he's being booked.
Yellow card for Ian Andrews. We're gonna bring in Adebayor and Charisteas again. And we're gonna bring in Chiellini instead of Polkonchesky. We're actually making substitutions now, which I tend to skip otherwise.
Both teams are looking to make changes, and that's no surprise given that certain players seem to be getting a little tired out there. The ref indicates for a free kick to be taken.
Another free kick.
Takes it on his chest. That's a penalty.
How is that penalty? It's not even inside the box. Please, ref. That's bullshit. That's absolutely fucking bullshit.
Straight in the corner.
Tommy Mooney.
They've pulled back a goal.
That is fucking bogus.
Intercepted. Solid tackle. Plays it forward.
Adebayor
Shoots.
gets a shot off.
Strike. So close.
That is absolutely ass decision. This game needs
Fails to
VAR.
find his target.
To be fair, VAR is the worst shit that happened to football.
Full-time whistle. That's a great win.
4-1 against Birmingham. Ian Andrews show. But this whole episode is Olisadebe show. Don't get twisted here. Don't get your stuff twisted. This is Olisadebe's episode. Alright, that's another game done. 42k in gate receipts. Bam, bam, ba-dam, bam. Okay, I've been playing against Brighton here. We're gonna make some changes in the lineup. We're gonna bring out back Olisadebe out on the wing. And I'm gonna give Charisteas the opportunity to play again. And I'm actually gonna do something controversial. I'm gonna give Chiellini this the opportunity to play from start for once. Konchesky haven't been bad, but I want to try things up, switch things up. And now I'm gonna switch places on Capu and Melo again. That's to change things up. So Adebayor's, you stay on the bench. Charisteas back into lineup. Olisadebe out on the quote-unquote wing, and Ian Andrews as well. Chiellini goes in, and then we switch places on Melo. So Melo becomes a little bit more like a defensive midfielder. Capu, you go back up. I haven't really seen much from Melo, like attacking-wise. Brighton, we recognize Bobby Zamora. That's probably the only player I recognize. Let's see what happens against Brighton.
Good tackle. Plays the ball down the middle.
Charisteas. Ian Andrews is on the attack. To that Capu and Ian Andrews. Good shot. Good attempt. There's Chiellini. Exactly what we needed from Chiellini.
Takes it on his thigh. Gains possession. Short pass. Keeps it simple. Plays the
Here's Charisteas.
There's the shot.
Poor shot. The goalie Packham. We have a Packham as well. But it's not that Packham.
Olisadebe.
Here's Olisadebe.
Shoots.
Ooh, that's a good shot.
For a corner.
That's so good. Not far away from a goal there. Capu finds Kuluture.
Has a shot.
And there's Michael Essien, as so many other times whenever there's a corner.
Really misses close.
It's like a heat-seeking missile whenever there's a corner.
Goal puts them into the lead. Solid tackle.
Here's Olisadebe.
Plays it down the middle.
Closing him down pretty good here, Brighton. Not much, not enough to create anything for him. Charisteas.
Loses possession.
Ian Andrews tries to win the ball back. Here's Bocanegra.
Fails to find his target.
Felipe Melo to Ian Andrews. He goes for a shot. That's a really good shot by Ian Andrews right there. Nice curl and shot. Here's Olisadebe. Essien. He tries again. Injury time, so that means that we're just gonna whip it in and hope for the very best from Oliver Capu and ooh.
Completely misses the target. Unbelievable error.
That should have been a goal right there. Near post OP.
But not precise enough.
Koulibaly cleans it up. Chiellini. And that is the end of the first half. We should have scored more goals. It's been a very solid first half. Charisteas. Adebayor. Not Adebayor. Olisadebe. Olisadebe tries for a shot. Probably with his weak foot there, but good attempt still. Ian Andrews. And there's 2-0 Ian Andrews.
Absolutely unstoppable shot. The keeper had no chance. Cushions it down. Good tackle.
Good tackle by Olisadebe. Weak pass from Charisteas though. Olisadebe. Almost.
Play on, says the ref.
Nice short passing from the opponents there, Brighton. Felipe Melo. Here's Charisteas. Michael Essien. Just above the bar there.
It's the ball high and long. We're now halfway through the second half.
Essien finds Charisteas, who finds Olisadebe. He gets stuck there. I think maybe putting Olisadebe on the wing there is not the best thing to do. Ian Andrews to Capu, and Brighton is not making our life easier.
Loses possession.
Koulibaly is just everywhere right now.
Flicks the ball
There's
away.
Essien,
Plays the ball inside,
Capu.
but it's intercepted. No foul. Play on. Oh, well in.
There's Essien again. Conley missed out with his tackle. Koulibaly is working hard to get back.
Shoots. Great stop by the goalkeeper.
Bobby Zamora tried his best. Boccanegra to Chiellini. And that's a solid 2-0 win against Brighton as well. Michael Essien and Ian Andrews. The dream is still on. I think we're actually going to take a quick peek here into the table. I think we should be top of the table right now. Unless other teams close by is on a roll as well. Could possibly happen. Not going to rule out anything. No bids on our players, so that's good. We're playing as Reading. I think this is the cup game. So we're top of the league together with West Brom. West Brom still has one game played more than us. How does it look down here in the bottom half? It's Brentford, Walsall, Sheffield, and Grimsby. Alright. And this is the cup game against Reading. And Reading did get relegated. So this is a relegated team we're playing. Marcus Hahnemann, Nick Shorey. Definitely recognize those two. And not many others. Not gonna lie. We're gonna give Chiellini the start, like the chance from start here. Adebayor, you go back in instead of Andrews. I'm gonna bring Ian Ainsworth in instead of Boccanegra. I'm gonna bring in Jan Packham in. Clapham goes in as well. And rest a few players. It's a cup game. Gifton Adams goes in instead of Oliver Capu. So Melo, we move you up. Graham Zamora instead of Essien. That's the changes we're doing. Controversial, but I think we should easily win against Reading. Alan Pardew, by the way, as the manager. So we have Peter Cech, Chiellini, Ian Ainsworth, Kulture, Clapham, Adams, Gifton Adams, Graham Samora goes back in. Haven't played since God knows when. Adebayor plays from start, and John Packham plays, which has not played a single game since we got promoted. I could have rested Olisadebe as well, but I do want somebody that can give us the goals if we need them.
It's the home team to kick off.
Home game in the English Cup against Reading. Reading did get relegated when we got promoted, so this should be an easier game compared to the teams we have played against so far.
There's the shot. Excellent.
Felipe Melo gets the first shot on target. Marcus Hahnemann is a decent goalkeeper, we have to give him that.
Flicks the ball away.
Here is Olisadebe.
Referee awards a free kick.
Free kick.
He shoots.
Ooh, it hits the post. Melo's free kick hits the post.
Pass was intercepted.
That's a good attempt. Good attempt.
Plays the easy
Applying the pressure here. Melo to Olisadebe.
The keeper takes
Hahnemann grabs the ball.
We've reached the halfway point of the first half. Jones.
Gifton Adams is back in the lineup. Haven't played a single game this season. Might be a little bit rusty. Graham Samora finds Olisadebe, finds John Packham.
Lays it on.
Oh my god. That pass almost found its way through to Olisadebe, and if Olisadebe gets a one-on-one with the goalkeeper there, that would be a nightmare for Reading.
There's the shot. Good stop by the
Adebayor with a good shot, good attempt.
gives it away. Oh, that's a foul. The referee
Chiellini with the yellow card.
being booked. Dispossessed. It's a measured ball.
Adebayor.
Knocks it wide. Centers it. Brings the ball down.
Olisadebe.
Good stop by the keeper. Makes the tackle. Shoots! Shoots!
How is none of the shots going through? Jesus F. Christ.
That is the half-time whistle.
Just bombarded with shots at the end and nothing went through, and it was absolute carnage in Reading's defending, like in the defense of Reading.
The pass is
And nothing just wanted to go through, like Jesus Christ. Olisadebe.
has a shot! Off target from the word go. He never really caught that one. Hits the ball high and long, but fails to find his target.
Adebayor.
Keeps it simple.
John Packham.
Knocks it wide. Passes square. Plays the ball down.
Nothing out of that attack either. Kulture.
But gives it away.
Ainsworth. Felipe Melo. Gifton Adams. Here's Adebayor.
Shoots!
1-0.
Finish was absolutely
Thank God, Adebayor.
He shot his team into the lead.
Kind of a mistake by Reading's goalkeeper, like Hahnemann, coming out so far and doesn't like go all in for the ball there.
We've reached the
Peter
halfway
Cech
point of the
finds
second half.
Ainsworth.
A short pass wide.
Chiellini.
Pass was intercepted.
Good tackle, good tackle. Gifton Adams finds Melo, who finds Graham Samora, who finds Olisadebe. Oh, off the post.
The ref decides that that's a free
And then
kick.
Packham gets a little bit too eager there. He's searching for the goal. He wants to show this club that I still got this.
A substitution is about to be made, and they'll be looking for a fresh pair of legs to inject some
But,
inspiration into their performance.
Pretty weak game by Packham here.
Short pass. Dispossessed.
Here's Adebayor again to John Packham. Packham finds Adebayor,
Shoots!
and there's 2-0. John Packham gets
And he took it superbly. Keeps it simple.
assist at least.
Wide.
Clapham. That should have been Clapham, right? Yeah, it is. Sure is. Double tackle by Clapham. Another Olisadebe. Olisadebe is tired now. He's played a lot of games. The poor soul is tired. Packham whips it in. A lot of tired legs out there. But Adebayor saves the day, and it is another win. And we're through to the next round of the English League Cup. The English League Cup, which we didn't manage to win last season, but we have managed to win the FA Cup. We have managed to get the promotion, and we managed to win the Community Shield as well. So maybe, just maybe, we will be able to get a title that we haven't been able to get so far. The draw for the third round of the English League Cup has been made, and there's apparently some transfer business going on. Let's go and check out the action. Graham Samora, yes. Without hesitation. Michael Essien, there's no fucking way I'm selling you before our game. There's just no way we're doing that. The reason why I sold Graham Samora is because I know that Graham Samora is not worth that amount of money. So we managed to steal some money. I'm gonna bring back Boccanegra. I'm gonna bring back Konchesky. Chiellini goes back to the bench. Clapham goes away from the bench. And Connolly goes back in. So we have 1.2 mil right now. Sold a few deadweight players. Exactly like it should be. And we're gonna play the game against Preston as well. I should probably check whatever, you know, we'll be playing the cup next time around, but we're gonna check that later. I want to get as many games as possible out of this episode, because we have so many games to play. So, that's what we're gonna do. So, Preston has David Healy. He's a good attacker. Do you have Rob Edwards? Could be Graham Alexander on the bench. And two who I recognize. McKenna, I think. I recognize. So there's a few. Preston, let's see what you guys can do. Oliver Capu. Adebayor.
Swings one in. Olisadebe.
Shot gets blocked. That was otherwise a very fantastic cross for once.
That's a huge kick. Play on, says the
Come on, come on. Hello, how's... I hate when that happens in this game. Adebayor.
Shoots.
Adebayor. 1-0.
He shot his team into the lead. Short pass.
Maybe we found the solution now for Adebayor to actually score goals now. Here comes Olisadebe. Great attempt by Olisadebe. I think he got it on his weak foot there, however. Maybe. I didn't really pay attention to what shot, like what foot we shot with, but... Essien. Capu. Fantastic. No, that was not Capu. Okay, never mind. Apparently I don't know who my player is anymore.
Nice footwork. The referee has arrived on the scene.
Free kick.
Produced a yellow.
Apparently. Compared to... No, it's actually a penalty. There we go, Olisadebe. 2-0. He finally scored a penalty. Is the curse gone now, maybe? That's a fantastic tackle by Boccanegra. And there's Capu, who finds Felipe Melo, finds Caristeas. Here's Olisadebe. Should be a pen, ref.
Murdoch plays the ball down the middle, but it's been headed away.
Konchesky loses out on that, but Bocanegra cleans up.
Into injury time now.
Olisadebe
Measured ball.
to Charisteas, who finds Adebayor. Nice
Has a shot.
flick
Oh, that's great
to
keeping.
Charisteas. No goal though. We're gonna play this short this time around because the half is almost gone. Felipe Melo.
Hits it away.
We did not win the header on the corner,
That is
but
the
that's
final
this
whistle.
first half done. Adebayor scores, and Olisadebe from the penalty spot.
It's the home team to kick off.
Let's keep on applying the pressure. Charisteas
Short pass.
to Adebayor
Pass is square.
to Oliver Capu.
Plays the ball down the middle.
There's
Throws
Bocanegra.
behind his target.
Here's Adebayor.
Shoots.
Great
shot
save
by the goalkeeper.
by Lucas in the Reading goal.
Turns as he chests it.
Here's Oliver Capu.
Keeps it simple.
Again, he's all over the place.
There's the shot. Good
Another great shot by Adebayor.
Here's it.
There's Konchesky, Bocanegra. He finds Konchesky. Olisadebe.
There's the shot.
Not far away from the Olisadebe. I think we should technically have scored 1 or 2 more goals in this game. It's gonna be honest here, but
Good tackle.
let's not be too greedy.
It's the halfway point of the second half.
Angelos Charisteas gets locked up by the defender.
Decides that that's a free kick. The referee awards a free kick.
And now it's gonna start to get very sloppy here. Oh well, it is what it is. We're still in the lead. And that's all that matters.
Headed clearance. Lays it on.
Oh baby.
Precise pass.
Adebayor. He's alone. In the dark.
A penalty.
There's another penalty because that's a dumbass tackle if I ever seen one. So stupid. Let's see if we can score another penalty.
A substitution is being made. And they'll be looking for a fresh pair of legs to inject some inspiration into their performance.
And there it is.
The wrong way.
3-0. Emmanuel Olisadebe, and we have an injured player in our team. And it is Adebayor. He's limping out there. There's no point of taking him off the pitch right now because the game is almost over.
Fires it in.
So we're gonna lose out on Adebayor for a game or two.
It's a measured ball. And there's the
3-0.
whistle.
Adebayor
That's
scores.
excellent.
Olisadebe scores. However, Adebayor is injured. He's injured. He's out. For how long? That is the question here. For how long is Adebayor gone? Because he started to deliver now. So this is... might be an issue here. Because it looks promising. Okay, it's only a 1 game injury, so we can survive. More transfer business going on, more funny businesses. Due to the fact that Charisteas, like, gonna bring him in, pack him in. Ian Andrews goes back into the team due to the fact that he's gone for a game, Adebayor, with injury. Hull City wants Ian Andrews for a fucking shameful bid. No. No. Ain't happening. Brentford. By the way, who are we playing in the cup? Oh, good lord, look at this schedule. We have Brentford now, then we have Leicester, Portsmouth, Crystal Palace. Then we're playing Warsaw, right, in the Euro Club Cup. Then we play Charlton. Then we play against Everton in the League Cup. The next game after the League Cup game is Warsaw in the Euro Club Cup. This is an extreme schedule right now. Alright, Brentford. Do I recognize a single? No. Matthew Dobson, I think it is called. We have played Brentford before. We have played against Platt. Like, we have Brentford before. We got promoted with Brentford. Steve Coppell as the manager. We're keeping the same team. There's no point in changing too much. Ian Anders goes in because of the injured Adebayor. We keep the same team. Charisteas gets another game. Hopefully he can deliver now. It's been pretty weak by Charisteas at this point. So if we get a lot of money, he is in the jeopardy zone of getting sold. As I mentioned, this episode is going to be pretty long. We already reached the hour mark, but we need to get the games delivered here. There's so many matches we're going to play in this division, combined with the League Cup and the Euro Club Cup and, you know, all the cup games. Here's Olisadebe. So we need to smack them out, and that's all good. Charisteas. There we go. Angelos Charisteas against Brentford. He finally gets his scoring goal. Olisadebe working hard. Here's Charisteas. Angelos. He's looking hungry now. Maybe the confidence is building up. Maybe he starts believing in himself again. Sometimes that's all a player need. Build up some confidence. Ian Andrews finds Olisadebe. Finds Ian Andrews. Ooh, Melo managed to keep the ball in, and oh my god, off the bar. And this shot gets blocked. That was a good cross by Melo. Capu. Ian Andrews. Just outside the post.
Hits the ball high and long, but fails to find his target.
Olisadebe.
Simple pass.
Melo. Ian Andrews. Right outside the post again. He's hungry. He's looking for it.
Bad miss. It's the long ball, but not precise enough.
Koulibaly double interception. There's Olisadebe. That's a nasty tackle. Absolutely shambolic. Melo.
He shoots. Good stop by the keeper.
From far out, he still managed to get the shot on target. I'm impressed by that. Koulibaly. Essien. First half done against Brentford. Only 1-0. Should have had 1 or 2 more goals, to be fair. Charisteas. Ian Andrews. And there it is, Ian Andrews. Absolutely magnificent goal. Look at these skill moves. The defenders up on the with the crowds buying hot dogs with that one. Charisteas. Olisadebe. Olisadebe.
Flicks the ball away. Keeps it simple. Plays the ball down the middle, but gives it away.
It's Bocanegra to Konchesky to Felipe Melo. Ian Andrews. There's 3-0. Ian Andrews continues to deliver. Can't do much when he's in that mood.
Plays the easy ball.
Here's Olisadebe.
Hooks the ball away. Passes square. Oh, well in. The referee awards a free kick.
That's a free kick for some reason. I wonder why. Wasn't the nasty challenge or anything. Not unfair by any means. Essien. Here is Paul Konchesky to Olisadebe. Try to get free from the defenders. Konchesky to Essien to Olisadebe again. Oh, hits the post. Beautiful shot though. He's so dangerous. Here's Charisteas. Absolutely domination against Brentford here. Should have been up 1 or 2 more goals in this game. But 3-0 win against Brentford, I'll happily take that. Olisadebe to Angelos Charisteas to Olisadebe. Tries to go for a shot again. And there's another win. Cadisteas and Ian Andrews delivers. Can't be mad. We're gonna play one more game in this episode. So we are at least getting somewhere in the Olisadebe show. Even though Olisadebe haven't really scored much goals as of late, but he's a cracking good player. Adebayor is back from injury, so that's good. Good news for the team. I'm gonna play Leicester. I am gonna put Olisadebe back in the middle, just to see if something happens. Adebayor just came back from injury, so we're just not gonna use him. Leicester. Mustafa Iset, Barroso, Paul Dickov I recognize. Benjamin I recognize. Otherwise not that... Is that Ian Walker, the goalkeeper? Or is Benjamin the attack, like the goalkeeper here in that team? I don't really know. But Mustafa Iset, I know a fun story that Harry Redknapp wanted to buy Mustafa Iset for a record fee. Or was it Steve Bruce? One of the two. Or one of the two wanted to buy Mustafa Iset, but never got to do so. And got cranky. Ian Andrews starting off the game with a great attempt. Playing the corner short like we normally do with this team. And, ooh, that could have worked again. Kolo Toure is SCN. Here's Ian Andrews. Ian Andrews scores again. Assisted by Olisadebe, I think. Speaking about the devil, here's Olisadebe. Negra. Ian Andrews. Cadisteas is placed out on the wing now, or somewhat a wing player. Gets tackled down like a freaking wrestler. Great tackle indeed. Here's Cadisteas again. Weak passing, weak passing. Connolly. Olisadebe. Almost. Oh, crossbar challenge. Here's Olisadebe again. Blocked.
Clears it.
Kolo Toure.
The referee's given a free kick.
We should have had 1 or 2 more goals this half. Not gonna lie, we have been absolutely dominating Leicester here in the first half. 1-0. Ian Andrews.
Good tackle. Short pass. Keeps it simple. Plays the easy ball.
Ian Andrews. Ooh, hits the post. He's so close again.
But gives it away. It's intercepted. Flicks the ball away.
Here's Ian Andrews again. He's in a fine mood today.
Slides in. Puts the ball away.
Essien.
Olisadebe.
Not far away from Olisadebe there. Corner kick. Tried to look for Capu, but failed miserably.
That's a huge kick.
Cadisteas tried to win the ball back. Ian Andrews. But there's Essien. Ian Andrews. Here's Olisadebe. Fires away.
Great stop on a goalkeeper.
Bocanegra goes up for the header, wins it. Here's Olisadebe again. Yeah, that's a free kick indeed. I would be very mad if that was not a free kick.
Substitution is being made. They'll be looking for a fresh pair of legs to inject some inspiration into their performance.
Try to play the corner, like the free kick short.
Takes a shot.
God, it says that's easy to be a goal, my friend. You would have scored those opportunities in League 2. Maybe this league is too hard for you, buddy.
Has a go.
Peter Cech with a good save. Good save. Throws it out, rolls it out. Bocanegra. Here's Ian Andrews. One last attempt. Ian Andrews, twists and turns. And also Olisadebe with a weak attempt on target.
Hits the ball high and long. Takes it on his chest.
Should have done better there.
Dispossessed. Pass was intercepted. Good tackle. Lays it on.
Charisteas gets another opportunity.
Has a shot.
Oh, hits the post again. Oh, Olisadebe in the post as well. No.
Lays the ball down the middle.
How? How did we only win against Leicester with 1-0? The double post hits at the end, like that can't happen. Preston wants Michael Essien. We're not selling you to Preston. Michael Essien is a very important individual in this team. Well, it ain't happening, Preston. Fuck off. Portsmouth is coming up. I think this is where we end this episode. We have played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games this episode. I think that's enough to wrap this up. We are now running away with the league again, like it should. Who's our top scorer? I would assume it is Olisadebe. I would assume at least it is. Cool. Toure has 2 assists. Holy, how the hell? Okay. Conley with 1 assist now. Essien, 2 goals, 4 assists. 2 goals, 5 assists from Mello. Capu with 5 assists, 1 goal. Charisteas, 5 goals, 2 assists. Yeah, Olisadebe, 16 goals, 2 assists. Ian Andrews, 7 goals, 4. But 1 assist on Gifton Adams in his only game he played so far, so that's impressive. Adebayor, 7 goals, 4 assists. And Alan Adams, 2 shots on target, nothing. Packham, 1 assist. He did not have a single shot when he played. Clapham, so our backup goalies are the only players that have not played a single game so far. But while I go over here to save the progress to our amazing career, please leave a like on the episode and drop a comment if you have suggestions to what we can do with the money we have and going forward. Subscribe to the channel if you like more of this football content. I'll try to dish out 1 episode every day now, going forward until June 11th. Hopefully we're done by then with this series. I don't know how much longer we will continue. We are in April right now. But yeah, leave a like on video, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. And I am Nelson92, and I'm signing off, as telling you guys have a great rest of your day, evening, whenever you're watching this. And thank you for the support. It means a lot. Peace out.